It's Benders Post Game on YouTube, presented by the Inside the Rink Podcast Network through InsideTheRink.com. Hit subscribe now. Thumbs up for us. Benders banter coming up later on. 3 up, 3 down. Tell us your sips on a thirsty Thursday. The Bruins defeat the St. Louis Blues and Jim Montgomery 5-2 tonight. That's why they call it the Blues. This is a bad hockey team all of a sudden.
Sure is.
Talent. And another team that Monty is in charge of that is heading the wrong direction. Bruins get outshot tonight, but it didn't matter. Bennington with some softies, and the Bruins get the W at home. Now 10-5 at home on the season. This is only their second win this year of more than 2 goals.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Blues are bad.
They're bad right now. Yeah,
bad. What are they? 9-1 in their last 10 or something like that.
They're fairly dreadful.
9-1. Well, I don't know. Some fucking horrendous record in the last 10 games. So
shameful.
I mean, they hit the Bruins play pretty well at home. The Blues have been lousy lately. They're kind of in a free fall. The Bruins didn't start great tonight, though. I didn't think. And then they scored the goal, and it seemed like the Blues gave up after that.
Yeah.
The Bruins weren't great early, then the Blues kind of sucked, and the Bruins took advantage of that. And that top line was really good tonight. Lindholm and Steves were great. 3 points, I believe, for Lindholm and Geeks, and 2 points for Steves. So, pretty nice night for that group. Does that give you like a legit, maybe not legit, but does that give you a first line or a second line that you could then put Pasta with Zacha and Arvidsson or something and make it so you might have 2 legitimate lines here?
You mean Alexander Steves?
Yes,
calling him
Alexander McGillney. McGillney Steves. Yes.
Yes. He is going to give you a little bit more legitimacy in the top 6, you say?
I don't know. No, like that line together, like they seem to have something.
Steves, like, Lindholm, Geekie, rather?
Yeah. Like Geekie and Steves together seem to have something.
Make them the second line, and then Pasta with
Zacha and
Middlestat or whoever.
Get a good player. I mean, Arvidsson has 7 goals, so I'm kidding. But I mean, does that spread the wealth a little bit, and you are able to have 2 legitimate scoring lines rather than 1-ish.
Yeah, look, if Steves is still going to play like this, I mean, look, he's playing well. Is it going to last? I don't know, but right now he's playing well.
Sure.
It leads you to believe that maybe you should try to keep him in the top 6. So who goes down? Is it Middlestat goes to where does he go? Does he go to the third line with Jeannot? And I mean, what happens there? Because Arvidsson, Middlestat, somebody gets bumped when Pastrnak is back.
Maybe somebody is traded.
There you go.
Maybe somebody is traded.
Now, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Middlestat maybe dangled for something. Centers seem to be, hot commodity. Maybe Middlestat goes to a pretty good team. Tyler Seguin went down for the season. Maybe the Dallas Stars are a good fit for Casey Middlestat. Maybe.
Or maybe Pavel Zacha.
I'll say this though, Steves is giving them something. He's stepping up when they really needed it. It started to get a little shaky there, and now Steves is producing. And as much as we all love Nutty, Steves is giving them more than that, and that's what they needed. So, Now, look, the St. Louis Blues are in a free fall. They suck. Their coach is highly overrated and overregarded and not as good as people thought.
Yeah.
So this is a trend in the Monty regime. Mm-hmm. So they're not very good. They'll play the Devils, the Bruins will, Saturday at home. Might be a better barometer of what the hell's going on. Oilers come up. I mean, there's some pretty good teams coming up. Senators, Canadians. Like, they play the Blues again, so they'll probably beat them again. But the other 8 games prior to Christmas are pretty tough. So
Look, I
we'll
think
see.
we did the, whatever the.
Yeah, it was 3-7. I think we had a
3-7.
2-7-1.
I still don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I mean, I still don't think they're gonna be particularly great in these last 10 games leading up to Christmas. But they took advantage of a shitty team tonight. And look, Steves is playing well.
Yeah.
And he's taken advantage of his opportunity. Can he stick? We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But he certainly has elements, whether he plays in the top 6 or not, that should keep him on the roster for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at some of the other stats, goes Geekie gets his 21st.
Yeah.
Point night. Lindholm with 3 assists, which is a good sign for him. Took a dumbass penalty at the end, but
he sure did.
Stick infraction. But Zacha with 2 goals. That was really Zacha really needed that, I thought, to score a couple of goals. Get off that schneid a little bit. He started out hot this season, kind of has flattened out, and it was good to see him score a couple of times. Of course, Steves had the goal. Mikey Eyssimont with 5 shots on net tonight. But I think, the defense gave it away some. Lohrei 3 giveaways, Peeke 3 giveaways. I thought Soderstrom played pretty well. He was a +2. He had a couple of block shots, and I thought he was okay. Now, we've seen this before with Callahan's and all these guys that come in, and then all of a sudden it catches up to you. Yeah. But Soderstrom does have some NHL experience, and, if he's on the bottom pair and, he might be able to do okay. They really need right shot D, and he's like the only guy. Mm-hmm. So if he can give them anything, then that's really going to be a huge plus for them.
Yeah, it is. And I thought he was fine. There was some times I think he was overwhelmed a little bit defensively, but he can move the puck, which, they don't have a lot of guys who can do that. Steves is Peeke is kind of, a liability as far as puck moving goes. Lohrei is hit or miss. So he gives them a little bit of a different element back there that they could use, as long as he doesn't get hemmed into his own zone for too long. They should be okay with him. He was fine. I thought Zadorov wasn't great tonight. He had a couple of awful turnovers.
He did.
One where he a backhand pass right out into the slot.
Yeah.
Fairly early in the first. Jesus Christ, this is why other teams score goals on us, off the hop. We're just giving it away in bad spots.
There was one with about 6 minutes left where someone gave the puck to Kyrou.
Yeah.
And the puck kind of hopped on his. I don't know who that was, but that was a horrific turnover.
Yeah.
And if he puts that in, it's 5-3, 6 minutes left, and luckily the Garden Ice bit him in the ass, but that was a horrendous turnover in the middle of the. And look, they gave up 39 shots. They gave up some shots tonight. Korpi played well. I mean,
he did play well.
Jesus, it drives you nuts. You just have to play well every 4th game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that? And tonight he did. And if he can do that, then that's great. But this was a get right game. I mean, the Blues are bad. You were scheduled to win this one. We had them winning this one. They're 10-5 at home. They've beaten the Hurricanes at home. They've beaten the Avalanche at home. They're playing the Oilers coming up at home and some other teams. They've been good at home. So yeah, we think they may lose those games, but they've been playing well at home. So maybe they win a couple of those. And the longer they stay in it, the more I have real concern over what the hell they're going to do. It's going to be something. If they're right in it there by the Olympics, they're going to do something. And I just don't think, I think it takes you off the plan, which the plan should be, you know, what happens 3 years from now, not this April.
Well, yeah, I mean, it should be that, but Cam Neely said before he doesn't look past this year.
He doesn't.
So they don't have a plan.
No.
So, you know, the fact that you're saying that it'll take them off the plan, they don't have one.
Right.
They should have one, and it should be what you said if they were smart, but they don't have one. They're playing for this year. If they're in it, they'll try to make a move and get a little bit better. I don't have a problem with the move to get better as long as it is you're adding a player that's better than what you have, and that person has some term. Like it can't just be a rental. You can't just rent somebody to try to like win the cup.
No,
this year, like
no,
that's not happening. So that's a dumb move. I don't want to see that shit. Like if you're gonna go out and get somebody, get a right shot defenseman with term. You need one.
You need one with
term.
So
do something like that. Yeah, and I would be, I guess okay with it, depending on what
because you might be moving on from Peeke too. You'd have like none. You'd have none after
depending on what you have to give up. I think I would probably be okay with that. So
yeah, I mean, if Soderstrom can be pretty good, maybe he can replace Peeke next year. But you still need another guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's not good enough defensively.
No, I mean, he isn't. Thank you to SideQuest Life 77.
Yes, absolutely.
That was really nice. And and Kyle Glusha, Matty packing Steve's Rays in the vest. I'll tell you what, it's a polar fucking vortex. I am freezing my cojones off right now. It is like -8 wind chill in Maine right now.
Is that why you keep talking Spanish? Is it like freezing you so much you're just
yeah, that I'm actually
you're Spanish.
I have like an alter ego coming out like I was a Spaniard in the 1800s. Yeah. And here it comes.
You're one of the
here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Matthew.
Mathieu. It's Mateo.
Oh, Mateo.
Mathieu is French Canadian.
Yeah.
Mateo. Yeah.
Okay.
So look, the Bruins play well at home. They get the win. A game they should win.
Yeah.
I'd love to feel more excited about it. I am excited that Zacha scored a couple times. That
Look,
helps.
I'm excited anytime they beat the Blues because fuck
that.
Yeah,
I mean, and the Monty stuff and the Monty stuff, like he's I know we say this sometimes, we kind of pump our own fucking tires sometimes, but we were on this fucking thing a while ago about Monty. Like and everybody was saying, no, good coach, not his fault. Nothing he can do. Nothing he can. I'm telling you, the writing was on the wall. He's not the greatest head coach. As Smitty said, might be a good, it might be better than Jay Leach at what he does, whatever the fuck he's doing. But he's not a great head coach. The track record is there. This is another sign that he's not. I mean, the Blues came in with some real hopes this year. I mean, they have a pretty good roster. Yeah. And they had some real hopes. And they had a pretty good run of it last year, kind of faded a little bit. But this year coming in, they're like, we can do some damage. Nope. And I'll tell you, he's at the forefront. And we were kind of on it. And I just had this thing, like something about him I didn't like.
Yeah.
And it started with the whole, like, this team runs itself kind of thing. And then you lose in the first round to a team that was 43 points less than you. And you lose a 3-1 lead and lose that series after saying this team runs itself, right then and there, I was out.
It's a good time to get out. It's a good time to get out.
I was out. And Sweeney was out. He didn't re-up the guy. He was a lame duck. It was Sweeney's fault. He didn't can his ass right then.
He should have canned his ass then.
Canned his ass right then. Didn't, because they probably didn't want to pay him.
Yeah, it was that, and it was, the regular season, blah, blah, blah. It's like, the whole more days.
That's phony baloney bullshit. Yeah,
more days in first place kind of shit. Like, that's not what we're about here. Never have been. No. Give me fucking championships. I don't want to put up President's Trophy banners. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just think he stinks, and I think he's a good guy that it kind of is a smokescreen. He uses that good guy, everybody's pal thing.
When he goes to a place that's been struggling or there's some turmoil and he comes in with his happy-go-lucky fucking aw shucks, I'm everybody's best friend attitude, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air.
Sure.
And it works for a while.
Yeah.
Like they were 35 and fucking 19 or whatever last year when he got there, because everybody was loving each other and hugging each other and kumbaya and, slapping asses in the showers, whatever. But then, as soon as, some adversity hits, he's, playing pocket pool and checks out. So I don't want a guy who's going to quit at the first sign of trouble. Like, no, thank you. Especially not in a town like Boston. We're going to be pretty hard on you if things don't go well. So for you to just fucking roll up the sidewalk and say, I'm taking my fucking puck and going home when things are, start getting tough. I don't want that guy as my coach.
No. And then says today that, well, it was, it's everybody. He didn't take much accountability for it. And it almost seemed like he wanted to say, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah. Well, there's that piece too, the accountability piece. We've been talking about that forever.
Right. The team wasn't held accountable either.
Yeah. Marco Sturm seems to have brought it back to this Bruins team.
Yes.
At least a little bit. Yes. As much as he can with Don Sweeney, still probably calling some of the shots.
Yeah.
But it wasn't here under fucking Montgomery at all.
No.
And it wasn't here under Sacco. It was here under fucking Cassidy. But the players couldn't handle it. A bunch of soft players that couldn't handle it. So I like to see that it's back in Boston, and too bad for St. Louis, but they don't have accountability there with that guy. He's deflecting blame to everyone else.
No, I feel like he was a big part of the reason why the free fall, well, not free fall, but the fact that they took steps backward was partly because of him. Like, he kind of expedited that thing.
Sure, he did.
Like hiring him as the coach, and then it kind of expedites everything. And all of a sudden, you're last year, one of the worst teams in the league by the end of the season. When the year before, it was I just never. I mean, I liked the guy in the beginning because of those things you talked about, but then when that series in Florida, and it just seemed like it was just too loosey goosey for me. And you're seeing now that the Blues are hitting it. And I think he's going to have a real hard time getting another head coaching job because he's going to get fired.
He is. And
he's going to get fired.
He's going to have a hard time getting that team back. Like,
yes. He might be fired by New Year's Day.
Yeah. I think he's lost them already. I think they're checked out.
Yeah. He's getting fired. There's no doubt about it. All right. Let's get into some banter, Bruins banter. Presented by Evolve ABA, it offers consulting services from a board-certified behavior analyst to adult day programs, residences, schools, and even businesses using the principles of applied behavior analysis. Evolve ABA is also pleased to offer staff training in collaboration with parents of children with autism and other special needs wishing to learn more about the science of applied behavior analysis. To learn more about Evolve ABA, call Sean Daly at 774-823-5016 or visit evolveaba.net. John Giancotti. Steve's is Geekie 2.0. Tell you, someone's teaching shooting accuracy. Maybe that's Kel's job. Is that Kel's?
You think? How many power goals does he have again?
High glass crew?
Yeah.
I don't know. How many goals did he have in his career?
I think Kelly was a charter member of the High Glass.
Oh, my God. Clink. Yeah. Odysseys. Ha ha ha. Now everyone is jumping on the new toy. You know the meme. Guy looking away from his girlfriend and a girl passing by. That's Bees fans holding hands with Geekie. Steve's passing by. Yeah, the next guy, the next shiny toy is Alex Steves.
When did Steves turn into Morgan Geekie?
I mean, go ahead, Connor.
Yeah.
I can confirm Chris Kelly should not be the one teaching shooting. His career shooting percentage was 10.6.
Okay, so it's not Kells.
It's not Kells.
No. Let's see, Doc Davey. What? Same old Monty looking puzzled, isn't it though?
Yeah.
Like it's just no answer, no adjustment, no answer,
never,
no nothing. He got killed in that series by Maurice.
He sure did.
It's just. It is what it is. I mean, there were a lot of people who were ball washing the guy for a while. They just couldn't believe he wasn't a good coach. Well, he's just not that great. Pejman, did RV come back from injury and all of a sudden his 28-mile-an-hour one-timer is a piss missile snipe? Heels and fans.
So, man. Look, Bennington needs to have a save there. I mean,
he does. Oh, my God.
That was from the boards.
Yes.
Like, from the boards.
Yeah.
It's not 1980 anymore. Like this.
No, couldn't happen to
on
a
your
nice
angle.
guy.
That puck should just hit you.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like the goalie with skinny pads who like tries
that's
to
what
kick
I'm talking about. It's not Doug Keens. We're not in 1980 with the guy's not 5'10" with pads the size of fucking pieces of ziti. Like
He's
it's
not Gilbert out there.
yeah. I mean,
No.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that you got to make that save.
You got to make that save.
Yeah. Connor, did you have something else?
Yeah, while we're making fun of Chris Kelly, because it's
Yeah.
always fun.
You can just keep doing it. Yeah.
Can you guess how many power play points Chris Kelly had?
Oh,
while
points.
he
I
was
think
a
I knew this. I
Boston
think it's
Bruin?
one, or it's like I think it might be one
One is power play goals, I believe.
or seven, maybe.
I'm gonna go with 4 power play
Or I was
points.
7.
Smitty, you are fucking smack dab on it. He had 2 goals and 2 assists on the power play for 4 as a Boston Bruin.
Yeah.
And in his career, he had 4 power play goals, 7 power play points total.
Yeah, there you go. You were right on it too.
7
Look at us.
power
Boom.
play points. So let's have the guy coach it.
Absolutely. I mean, what are his qualifications? Well, he used to play for the Bruins. So
Yeah.
there you go.
that's like me coaching big men in basketball. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not going to work.
No.
What
Nope.
the hell do I know?
Yeah.
Victoria, that pass by RV, land that shot by Zacha was beautiful. Yeah, Zacha. Like I said, it's nice to see Zacha score and
It is.
produce. Like, they really need it. If they're going to run with this guy, and I don't know if they are or they aren't. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't know if I want them to or I don't want them to. I think I don't want them to because I think he actually has value. And this year, his value is the highest it'll ever be because of several circumstances.
Mhm.
So I think you should trade the guy to get the assets you think you might be able to get. He does kind of fit how they like to play, though. But I think the assets are more valuable.
Yeah, for me, I think I would lean towards trading him. And look, I like him okay, but that's how I feel about him. I think he's okay. Like, he doesn't really do anything where you're like, wow, Pavel Zacha.
No.
He doesn't really make me feel anything either way, really. So I say if his value's at an all-time high, now is the time to trade him. So
Maybe Fraser Minton is the next Pavel Zacha.
Could be.
If he can get to those points, then maybe he's a kind of a non-sexy, decent center.
Give me a hell yeah.
I mean, I'd rather him be him than Chris Kelly.
I have a question for Connor before we move on any further. Connor, has your binky shifted from Casey Middlestat to Fraser Minton?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to, get myself a little comfy in a new home, just in case Casey Middlestat gets moved after I wanted him for so long. Find him in a new home.
Okay. Well, I mean, your days as a NHL hockey producer may be numbered though, because when Jade Higgins comes up at the end of the year and plays third line, you have to quit your job.
Yeah, fucking one of the fucking comments coming up from Matthew Curtis already fucking poking at me about it. Jesus Christ, Matthew.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Connor, you went out on a limb, and that limb is
I'm telling you.
Is
it was
but
you
know
and
what?
Tweety
I'm not
Bird
afraid to fucking sit on that goddamn limb alone and let it fucking break.
That limb is you're in like a hurricane, and that tree is holding on for dear fucking life, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you are on a limb that is cracking.
Yeah. You like the cartoon with like Tweety Bird is like hanging on for dear life and the wind's blowing through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. That was one of the more outlandish things you said. It was just like, really? Like, wow. Yeah, absolutely. Get that $925,000 player up in the top line.
Yeah.
And play the $8 million guy 10 minutes a game. Do that.
Hey, if you suck, you suck sometimes. That's just how it rolls, baby.
Matthew Curtis is a well-played game so far, but it isn't making me believe this team is any better than I think. I'm just thinking, wow, the Blues suck, and Montgomery and Bennington are both frauds. All true.
Yeah.
All
100%
true.
true.
All true.
Yeah.
There it is, podcast from last night. Connor Higgins is absolutely going to be on the third line. We signed Joonas to protect the kids. He'll be out there playing pond hockey by himself while Joonas hits people. 100%.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Will happen?
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
The guys were spot on target on yesterday's pod about development and the media covering Providence. I had my share beef with Hags, Collegio, and Diver. They're all drooling for the VLs and Browns. They all take the Kool-Aid because look at you have to, because Cam Neely's going to put you in the principal's office and tell you where to go and how to get there. Like, and it's not only that, it's all these other podcasters that say, all this Bruins landscape podcasters are all, they all love to suck up to management. They all love to, they're watching the Providence Bruins instead of the Boston Bruins when they play the same night. Like, I mean, Jesus, the goal is for the Boston Bruins to win the Stanley Cup. We've said this before. Like, I'm not knocking the Providence Bruins. It's good hockey. It's a nice take for cheap. They got a good team this year. Good players.
Great team. Yeah.
Minor league hockey's fun. There's a place for it. 100%. But I like the Boston Bruins. That's what I want to. That's who I want to win. The Boston Bruins. That's it. So that's what my focus is. What else? Odysseys. Lysell is their public enemy number 1. I wonder if the kid screwed one of their granddaughters or something. The hate is real. 100. I feel like there's going to be like a 30 for 30 10 years from now on Fabian Lysell. Like, I don't fully understand. You can't give me the whole he doesn't play defense or this or that, or because there's other guys. Casey Middlestat's made a fucking living off of doing the stuff that Fabian Lysell does. A living off of it. Morgan Geekie doesn't back check. Like, you can't tell me that that's what it is. Something is.
But they're NHL guys that came from other organizations.
Yeah,
I really think it's like they've seen the warts up close.
Yeah,
and they're like, well, why isn't he playing defense? Like, we're teaching him to play defense. Like, when guys come from other organizations, they can say, well, we didn't teach him to play that way, so it's not our fault that he's not reliable.
Maybe.
If he comes up, he's not reliable defensively. It's on us and on our development, and we didn't develop him the right way. Blah blah blah. Well, he's not coming up at all because you took an offensive player and tried to turn him into Daniel Paille.
Why take
cut
him?
the fucking shit, dude. Let him play offense.
Yeah,
he actually has hands and speed and skill. Let him play offense.
Then why take that? That makes it even either way. It's a mistake.
Yes.
It's either you're treating it like you're giving him false expectations, saying he needs to play defense, blah blah blah, or you drafted a guy who doesn't do that and can't do that. And if you scouted with your own 2 fucking eyes, you would have seen that. So you had to know that was an issue. So why draft the guy?
Yeah.
If that's
he fell into your lap.
Yeah. So you had to draft him. So now you're trying to make him something he's not.
Well, but that doesn't work though, because you can't play the fall into your lap card, because you're sitting there in the 2015 draft with, Barzell and Connor on the board, and you take Senyshyn. So don't give me the fell into your lap shit, because you should have taken either one of those fucking guys before you took a guy, 3 rounds too early.
You know what I heard?
You can't have it both ways.
I heard this one recently about the reasoning for Senyshyn. The Bruins were thinking we had our 2 guys who were, we're taking a swing at the third.
Oh, fuck.
That's supportive. Like I'm going to buy that thing. No, you took those 2 guys and 4 guys who ended up being like close to all-star level, if not all-star level players, were right there, and you took Senyshyn. Like, to me, you could have just blindly pinned the tail on the donkey, and one of those guys, doesn't matter which guy. That would have been fine.
Draft. It was a deep draft, and you reached.
And you reached
in the middle of the first round.
Yes.
You want to take a swing? Take a swing in the second round.
And you had a couple second-round picks.
Yeah, take a swing in that round. Yes. Don't take a swing in the middle of the first fucking round.
Because I think you had Carlo
there.
It was Carlo and Frisbacka Carlson, I think, were both like second rounders, or they had a couple seconds too, I think. So they did better in that draft, actually, in the second, third, like later in the thing.
What do you got, Carl?
The first round, my God.
With all this talk about the past continuing to come up, and the Bruins and the organization continue to have other reasons or excuses that keep coming out through the media year by year. One of the things recently that Chris Johnston has said about hockey fans in, organizations being more forthcoming about their plans is hockey fans aren't stupid. And when these organizations come out and say things that don't necessarily pass the sniff test, a lot of these fans aren't fucking dumb, and they know and they read through it. And he made the argument that, if some of these general managers or presidents of hockey ops came out and just laid out an actual plan and said, hey, this is what we think the reality is for our team, and these are some of the ideas that we have that we're looking to do for this team, a lot more of the fan bases would gather around the team and say, look, I can buy into this because this is what the plan is going to be, and this makes sense. And I think that boils into the Boston thing this year. Like, he started off the season and said, this is an incomplete roster, but then said, we think we had a pretty good team and a pretty good year last year. We just got hurt. Well, which one is it?
We're trying to make the playoffs. Like, it's shit like that. And Boston's always been a good sports town. The people are knowledgeable. They follow the team very closely. So you can't pull the wool over people's eyes that are consuming every single little bit about your team. You can't, because they follow it probably closer than he does.
Yeah.
So when he comes out and tries to sell, a line of bullshit about, oh, well, we were just injured, or it's incomplete, but we're going to make the playoffs, people don't buy that.
Yeah.
Especially here. Like, we know when we're being bullshitted. And so, I've talked about it before. If you were honest about the 2015 draft and you were honest about, your team's chances, I think the fans would respect it.
They would.
And you wouldn't still be having to hear about 2015 if you just said, we fucked up. We took the wrong guy. We should have taken Kyle Connor or Barzell or whatever. Just own up to the mistakes. But they don't.
They don't.
And
they don't.
And then it keeps coming back because they won't own up to it.
Right. And the Bruins fan base of any in the NHL would continue to go to the games and buy the merch and all that stuff. If you just said, we're not going to be good in the next couple of years and we're going to have to rebuild the thing. But they have to, and nobody gets behind an underdog like Boston Bruins fans. Like, it's a total blue collar situation in Boston. Like, and the Bruins fans are blue collar people. Like, they would get behind the underdog. They would get behind the piss and vinegar and all that stuff. They would, get behind the whole bridge thing or whatever you called it. But they don't. They try to dance around the thing. Yeah. And it just makes it worse. It makes them even more irritated, Yeah. Honestly, I don't think they have a plan. So
they don't. If they had framed it the right way, like you said, if they had said, look, I'm not sure how, competitive we're going to be, but we're going to be, we're going to be the underdog. We're going to play with piss and vinegar. Like, the fans would have rallied around that.
Yeah.
But not this other, like, excuses and all this stuff. Like, if you just framed it the right way, like, we're going to be hard to play against, we're going to fight, we're going to hit, we're going to, and do that thing. Like, they could have rallied the fan base around the team. Don't raise ticket prices after you have, a bottom 5 worst season in fucking franchise history. Right. Like, they're just tone deaf and stupid over there.
Mr. Poe, Geekie and Steve's a good 1-2 punch. I think we should keep them together when Pasta gets back and move Lindholm to the second line. And that's another thing you could do, but someone's got to play center, and I don't want Geekie playing center.
No.
I mean, I don't. Just doesn't play that 200-foot game.
No, he doesn't. No.
Peter Clifford, Steve's the poor man's Justin Brazeau. Jesus Christ. I think Justin Brazeau is the poor man's Alex Steves.
Alex Steves right now is, I don't know how many games he's played, a handful. He's 5th on the team in goals.
Yes. 5th.
5.
Yeah. 5th. Yeah. Has he played maybe 10 games?
Yeah, I mean.
Jesus Christ. 5-2 wins, says Twine Tickler, the Smitty special. Yeah.
Got to go
5-2. The 5-2 win. Rainforest, when Pasta comes back, he needs to pick up the scoring. He's been lacking in the goal department. He is, but he's he'll get hot. I still think Pastrnak has a real chance to be the leading goal scorer of the team. I do. I still, if he comes back relatively soon, like if he's out another 3 weeks or something, then it might be tough. But he comes back relatively soon and gets hot, he could get there quickly. Could.
Oh yeah, he absolutely could get there quickly. I think it's going to be Geekie though. I think he's going to.
Yeah, I mean Geekie's not really slowing down.
No.
He's not. He's going to score 50 goals probably. That's insane.
Yeah.
Matthew Curtis, we also need to see Soderstrom against a real team. I mean, the Blues look really bad tonight. That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Against the Oilers and some of these teams, we'll see what Soderstrom does. Because he was absolutely brutal in training camp. Terrible. So, RV, I don't think fits with Pastas as Odysseys, as he wants to drive the puck himself. Less Sturm would be the logical trade, but I also think Sturm values him high. Well, they're buddies.
Yeah, they are.
Mitz, Eyssimont, Poitras, Lysell traded. Could be. I don't know what they're doing with Poitras, and he's had an okay year. So I don't know what's going on with Poitras, and he doesn't. Every time I see him in a photo, it seems like someone shot his dog.
Yeah,
like I think
he said his last game was pretty good. Like he's starting to show signs of coming out of it a little bit. And I think Arvidsson, because he's a shooter, he's not a shooter like Geekie's a shooter, but he likes to shoot the puck. So that maybe would lend itself to playing with Pasta a little bit. If Pasta draws all the attention and Arvidsson's there to, heal one-timers, you might have a guy there.
Yeah.
And that could score a little bit.
Yeah. Poitras, 3 goals, 9 assists in 20 games, so 12 points in 20 games, -1. I think they might have screwed him up by having to bring him in so soon, so early. So he had a little bit of success, and now he's probably sensing that Providence is like a demotion to him. When he's only 21, he shouldn't look at it that way, but he's probably looking at it that way because you had to play him when he was 19. Like maybe that screwed him up. We never know.
Yeah, I think it probably did to a certain degree. Well, plus he got hurt a little bit.
He's slight and he got hurt. Yeah,
banged around.
Matthew Curtis, are we starting to think Sturm is the exact right coach for this team? I do, but I also think he fell into Sweeney's lap because no one else wanted the job. Blind luck making Sweeney's look good. Could be a valid point. I also think that there was a time early on here where Sweeney gave him a little bit of the reins. Like, I think I don't know anything about it, but from what we've heard about Sweeney, can be a little bit of a micromanager with the roster and stuff. And I think they went in that 6-game skid and they were really down. And Sturm was like, this is what we got. And it seemed like from then, Sturm was making some decisions that I feel Sweeney finally gave him a little bit of control over things.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he did. I think some of the scratchings, Lohrei for multiple games,
middle
stat, like having Beecher be waived. Like I feel like those were things because Sturm was pretty pointed in his comments about Beecher, saying he's been getting opportunities, he's just not giving us enough. And he had pretty critical comments about Lohrei too, saying he needs to be better. Like we need him to be better. So I do feel like Sweeney's been giving Sturm a little bit more latitude to kind of coach the way he wants to.
It seems like Sturm, the German in him, is like, if I'm telling you to do something, you're not doing it, then you're going to sit. Yeah. Like, that's it.
What do you got?
Go ahead.
Right in that time frame of that losing streak, right before he started to really push all the buttons, is when he came out into the press and he said, look, the team is what we have. There's no help coming.
Right.
The guys are who we have. Like, that's it. There's no help coming. And then all of a sudden he started benching people, sent them up to the press box, and things started to change.
Yeah.
So I think you might be onto something where he was getting frustrated with the losing streak and Sweeney kind of breathing down his neck, and he took his shot at Sweeney in the media, and then they went behind closed doors and talked about it. And he said, I'm the fucking coach here. I'm going to do what I think's right. And you can sit up there and do nothing.
Yeah. And he can't fire Sturm a week in.
Right. I think that's the other thing. Sturm kind of has a little bit of leverage there. Like the team was awful. Like it's not performing well. And he said, let me coach the team. If I coach the team and they don't produce or they don't succeed or live up to your expectations, then you can fire me. Yeah. But if you're going to coach the team and general manage the team, I'm just a fucking scapegoat when the team doesn't perform well. So just let me fucking coach the team. And you, like Connor said, just sit up there and do nothing. And then if it doesn't live up to your expectations, then, I have to answer to you. But otherwise, leave me the fuck alone.
I think Sweeney's learned a lot about what's going on with himself. And, from the player development to now Sturm and the coaches kind of calling him out about being a little too hands-on. And he's starting to, he's starting to learn, I think, what fails him. And he's still an arrogant asshole. I mean, I don't think there's any question.
Yeah.
But I think that's what.
Harvard man.
What's that?
Harvard man.
Yeah. He's arrogant. He's never made a mistake. So, Kyle says, gonna be 10 out tomorrow. Let's go to Tampa. Yeah. Let's go to Tampa.
Couple months.
2 months away.
We'll lock that shit in.
Let's be honest, says Robert Forte. Monty always has a look on his face that says, I've met Chris Hansen before.
Hashtag you catch a predator.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Chris. No, sit down. Yeah. Twine Tickler 7. Only on Benders do we talk about the 2015 after 5-2 win against the Blues. Love it. It does have a negative connotation, doesn't it? Like we can still be negative even in the greatest of times. God bless us. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Geekie is not a center, says Robert Forte.
No.
He doesn't forecheck or backcheck, and he's not a distributor of the puck. He needs to stay at wing, 100%. Can't win the cup, says John Brown, but I love them just the same. Go Bruins. That's for sure. And that's why you can be transparent with your fan base. John Brown's a classic case.
Yeah. Love the team.
Look,
I love the team too, but I'm going to be critical of them when they don't perform well.
Yeah.
Or when they play against a bad team. You watch that game and you're like, yeah, the Blues are really bad, but the Bruins gave that shitty team 40 shots on net. And Korpisalo had to be pretty good tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They're still not good 5-on-5, so they still have flaws, even though they beat a shitty team and they're above 500. Look, all the teams around the league, with the exception of Colorado, have struggled at times. It's kind of wide open this year. So, maybe, the Bruins could do something. Look, they're in most games. But, it's hard for me to believe that at this point in time. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'd like to see them win, but it's hard to believe that at some point, some of these flaws aren't going to catch up to them.
Yeah. KG says, what do you think of a hockey trade to get Garland? Love him and would love a way to get him without trading a first and possible dumping someone on our second line to make room for Higgins. I don't think you're going to get someone like Garland without getting rid of a first round pick, probably.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I don't know if they'd take, unless nobody else takes the bait. I don't know if that would happen.
Unless you could move, unless you're moving out like a Middlestat or a Zacha, maybe. Right. But I don't know. I don't know what Vancouver's kind of looking for in return. Like what they're trying to do. Are they trying to rebuild? Like they are trying to accumulate first, or are they trying to get better players for the current roster to perform better? Are they trying to change the culture in there? Like I don't know what they're really trying to accomplish. So it depends kind of on what you could give them, to get a guy like Garland back.
My prediction is that the Bruins out of nowhere get like one of the St. Louis Blues guys or something like that. Like Kyle Kalusha said on Twitter, like typically the Bruins, don't really leak stuff. So they make a trade that kind of is out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the rumors you hear, I'm going to give them credit. The rumors you hear about the Bruins in on guys is them leaking that stuff to deflect what they're doing over here.
Holy shit. Jimmy Murphy works for the Boston Bruins.
What?
We figured it out.
He works for the
leaking
Boston
all
Bruins.
these all these trades.
Well, he's heavily connected.
Yeah, they give him the scoops, and he's wrong.
They give him these scoops. They say, Jimmy, this is what's happening. Jimmy's like, hey, I think that they're in on this and they're in on this, and who told you they were in on this? That was me. And then they never make the trades.
No,
and then they get this guy over here.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I think that some of that happens. Of course, it probably happens with all the teams,
sure.
But I think there's some leakage out there that kind of says, yeah, we're in on that guy. Sure.
Let me ask you a question. If now we're talking about Blues guys, would you give up a first for Robert Thomas?
I'd give up one of the first, maybe 2027 first for Thomas.
I would
for a guy like him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Connor Garland. No. But a guy like Thomas. Yeah.
Robert Thomas is the 80 to 100 point guy. Like he's really good.
Oh yeah. I mean, he would be a game changer type player.
Yeah.
And he could play with Pastrnak and
there's a first line center for you.
Yeah. So yes, I would do something like that because who's to say that first round pick is going to be anything?
Sure,
but it certainly might not be Robert Thomas. So what's the odds of that?
Yeah.
So I would definitely do that trade. There was something else here. 37 forward picks by Sweeney since 2015. Only 4 played more than 66 NHL games. DeBrusk, Frederick, Beecher, Lauko. An inconsistent DeBrusk and 3 turds. Hashtag development problem. Hashtag turd Ferguson. Yeah.
One time over the summer, I want us to just talk about player development for the whole entire episode. And I want to name the episode Arrested Development.
Okay. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in August this year.
One of my favorite TV shows.
Arrested Development. Yes. Trade Korpi and Lohrei to Edmonton for Matty Savoie.
Yeah. Sure. I would do that.
That's what Travis says. Travis thinks they're going to be the last wild card team, and that they're going to keep Pavel Zacha. He's not going anywhere.
Trav is a positive guy.
He is. He's positive. He thinks the Bruins shit does not stink.
No, he's just about ready to run naked through Canada. So
he is. He is, which makes him a little, left of center. But,
yeah, sure.
Bay Indo Studio. Somehow Lohrei gets multiple chances. The Bruins are doing Fabian dirty. Let him do what he does. It's frustrating to watch, and I feel for him. The Bruins couldn't develop a cold in the North Pole. Couldn't develop a cold in Matty's house, says KG, with my vest on. And then Bay Indo Studio says great points. No Garland. There's a lot of people who aren't big on Garland.
No.
Forte. Jimmy Murphy works as a full-time drunk. Making up hockey trades is just his hobby.
That's
all you need for a rumor. What's that?
To be honest, I think that's more the truth. There are so many people in the Boston market that are just fucking making shit up.
They
do nowhere and saying like, "Hey, I talked to this guy who's an NHL scout, and he thinks that the Bruins should get this guy, and this guy." Bang. Right about
Insider adjacent.
And then everybody starts going crazy, and all the zillions of podcasts in the market start talking about everything, and it drives up some craze.
Yeah.
And the Bruins management get a free peek at, all right, well, this is what the fan base thinks about A, B, and C. And
they throw it out there. Yeah, they throw it out there to see what the tenor is. And they use conduits.
At least I'm forthcoming that I make up my fake information.
Sure.
Fake trades.
Yeah.
Yeah, insider adjacent.
Smitty insider adjacent hot take is that Quinn Hughes is not going to be involved in any trade by the Boston Bruins. No.
Well, you could take that one to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Yeah.
And get change.
Yeah.
My brother's uncle told me we're getting Quinn Hughes, says Jack D 1965. I would not trade Lohrei. He's going to get better, says Rainforest. Okay.
Hope so. I hope.
I hope so. I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
His uncle is a liar.
He's a liar. Yes, he is. Oh God. There was something else here that I saw. Oilers are winning currently 6-3, and Frederick has played a total of 3 minutes. I don't think the Oilers are going to trade with Boston after that flop. Boy, that is a head scratcher, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is he making? 3-something? Is it like 3-something million over 8 years?
Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ! Like that's worse than the Jeannot. I'd rather have Jeannot for 5.
Sure.
Absolutely. Victoria says you can't do that. I thought someone just got traded. Sorry. No one got traded.
Thanks, Mr. Flo. Appreciate you, buddy. The only cup this team is winning is a cup of dogs hit. I think he means dog shit. Because I don't want to see dogs hit my cars. So we'll go with dog shit on that.
You need to make a merch cup now. Dogs hit.
Dogs hit.
Cup of dogs
that have been hit. Yeah.
No one's gonna. I'll get canceled.
Dishwasher safe.
Dishwasher safe.
I'll get canceled by like what is it?
Fucking PETA.
ASPCA or something. Yeah.
PETA.
No dogs were hit in the creating of this cup.
No Matthew Curtis reported Smitty's report that Swayman was drinking White Claws and playing video poker before the Red Wings game. Yeah. He's drinking you know what too? The White Claws thing. He's drinking like tangerine or something. He's not drinking like one of the regular ones. He's drinking like some fucking off flavor, limited fucking whatever.
Mango.
He's the asshole. Fucking shotgun and White Claw.
Yeah. Jesus. Jeannot has more goals than Frederick.
Yeah.
So do I. Don't I? What is it? 1
shots and hits too. Correct.
Yeah, White Claw is pretty rough.
Yeah.
More fights, shots, and hits too.
Yeah. If you want to slander someone, say they drink White Claws.
Yeah. NHL sources and Interpol indicate that Edmonton is currently working with Al Qaeda to see if something could be done about Trent Frederick. Quotation marks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty ruthless in here.
It
Pineapple rainbow mango. Yeah.
Kiwi.
I'm gonna call Swayman Tangerine Man, Mr. Tangerine Man.
Mr. Tangerine Mango.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right. 3
up.
3 up.
3 down.
3 up. Let's see. Up. I would say. Let's see. Jim Pocket. No, you have the downs. Those are the downs. 3 up. Let's see. Up. Zacha. 2 goals tonight. Nice to see him get on the board. 2 Steves. Steves has been pretty good tonight, and I'm gonna give the one T to Victor Soderstrom.
Really,
man, played all right. He's a righty that they really. I'm gonna throw him a bone tonight. Hope that he will.
I thought he was average at best. You are singing his praises like he's out there like fucking.
I am because they need him so badly. They need him to be pretty good.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. All right, 3 down. Number 3, Jimmy Pocketpool Montgomery is number 3. Struggling. Team struggling. Probably gonna get canned again. Kind of shot his way out of town into St. Louis, and then it really hasn't worked out there either. So there you go. Oscar Sundqvist, number 2, is a -2. And Sundqvist was on that 2019 Blues.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And then number 1, Bins, Jordan Binnington. Jordan had an 8-15 tonight. Fuck you, always.
Yeah. Nice job, Benner.
Boy, Bins.
There was a comment here. My sister's wife's dog told me we're getting Robert Thomas for a first in Lysell.
Okay.
And Corpy Pounds White Claws pregame, says Mr. Poe.
Yeah.
And then Victoria says, Mr. Poe, that is why his pants are never tied. 3 down the St. Louis roster, St. Louis future, Monty and Bennington brawl.
In the visitor's toilet.
The thing about the Bennington thing was they played it off as we love each other and all this other stuff. But again, as we talked about last night in the episode, there was that Marchand Montgomery thing on the bench. And then later on, Monty was gone and then Marchand was gone. Like, to me, where there's smoke, there's fire sometimes. And that's not good. That's the first sign of, like, you're starting to lose people. Is when they openly question you on the ice so that TV can see it. So that's definitely a thing. All right, look ahead time.
Okay.
Let's see. The Bruins take on the Devils on Saturday. What do you see there?
5-2 Devils.
5-2 Devils. I think the Bruins. But that actually might be a good call. Bruins might be due for a stinker at home. I'm going to say 3-0 Devils. I'm going to say they put the clamps on them.
Okay. Are we doing the would you rather with the Devils?
Yeah, would you rather with the Devils?
Okay. What do we got?
So you would say, Jack, let's see, the Devils' best players.
Yeah.
Jack
Hughes. What do you say? Hughes in either Brat or would you say Heishier?
I'd say probably. We'll say Hughes, Heishier, and which goaltender?
Who? It's
Allen and Markstrom,
right? Yeah.
It's Jake Allen right now who has
Jake
8
Allen.
wins for the team.
Okay. So yeah, you'd say
who's the defenseman?
Heishier and Hughes, and then defense is Dougie Hamilton, or is it Luke Hughes? Or let's see, Nemec.
You got Pesce, Hughes, Nemec,
Pesce.
or Hamilton.
Jesus, I would say Hamilton, right?
Yeah, Hamilton.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Hughes, Heishier, Hamilton, and Allen against Pastrnak, Geekie, McAvoy, and Swayman.
I mean, I think it's the Heishier versus Geekie makes it closer, but I still think it's Bruins.
I still think it's Bruins.
Yeah, that top four is good. I mean,
it
really
is. The top four is good, and I don't want Hamilton back. So your top four is, I think, I think it's Bruins top four. Then when you get into the next four, like Timo Meier, Jesper Bratt.
Yeah, that's clearly
Jesper Bratt is the leading scorer on the team right now.
Yeah, I mean I would say it's Bratt.
Second four is them.
Bratt, Meier, Pesce, Markstrom, and versus a bag of shit that Boston.
Yeah, but it is Boston. I think you're gonna find
Nemec is their best defenseman. Looking at their stat sheet, he's got 6 goals and 9 assists for 15 points in 20.
Had a good year. Yeah,
+4.
Okay.
Benders boys do a live game watch in Quincy. I'll bet Smitty's beers and Matty's umbrella drinks. Hey, Kyle, if you can lock us up somewhere, like if we go to Flanagan's, is Flanagan still around in Quincy? I used to go there quite a bit back in the day.
Here we go.
Quite a bit.
What was where did we go? We used to go to Marina.
Marina Bay.
Yeah,
Marina Bay had some places down there by the water.
Yeah, right. There's got to be a fucking 99 with some frosted fucking glasses nearby.
Yeah.
Mr. Post says Quincy. He knows
Quincy. Yeah.
I
don't know how many people who watch us are really from Massachusetts.
Smitty may or may not work in Quincy.
Yeah, he may or may not. Debatable.
Yeah.
Not going to tell you where.
Allegedly.
Oh, Mr. Poe grew up in Milton.
There we go.
On the other side of Dorchester.
Yeah.
You're on the top of Blue Hill Avenue.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. 4-2 Bruins over Devils, says Travis.
All right.
I'm going to go 3-0 Devils.
5-2.
It's a night game. 5-2, says Smitty. It's a night game. Matthew Curtis from Marshfield.
Yeah.
It's a night game Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have the post game. Check out the episode if you haven't yet. It's on YouTube and it's also on Apple, Spotify, and all the podcast platforms, as will this one. tomorrow at some point. Be on those platforms, and we'll see everybody on Saturday night. Let's make it a good night. And as always, go home.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.